have with me today Ms. Carol Edwards, the chairperson of this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Breakfast. We're here at Dublin Middle School where the breakfast is going to take place, and has for some time because keep outgrowing facilities. So
yes. One thing, the breakfast has been going about 30 years. Now, since I've been a member of the organization, I was in the past, and then I came back, we've had it here, I would say, for the past maybe about 10 years.
That's right.
At the middle school. And each year, it has grown. Especially last year, I think we had about 380 people attending the breakfast, and we are trying to make it even larger. We have just grown as far as the organization and what we do. And one thing, the breakfast has become a really, really big focal point for the Black History Month.
Yeah, and it's such a large event. Of course, the parade is very much requested on TV, and the breakfast is right up there at the top because, and from someone that comes every year, the speakers, it just seems like every year I say, well, they're not going to top her. They're not going to top him. They're not going one of my favorite speakers in the past, we had it at Williams Chapel many, many years ago, pastor from Augusta. And then the next year I said, well, they ain't no way they're going to top him. And of course, we topped him. And then we had the mayor of Midway, Georgia, come a few years ago. She was phenomenal. What a message for blacks and whites. And I took away, and she was spot on. She was spot on. And we all took something from that. And then last year, and of course, you know, I'm sure we're going to top it this year. I don't know how you're going to do it.
We're going to try. Of course, we're going to try. This year, we have a speaker from our own Soperton, Georgia. His name is Reverend Bruce Howard, and he is the speaker. He's also a minister. He also works with community mental health. And he, his mom is from Soperton, Georgia, and her father was a minister. And her mom, his mom, married a minister that's well known around here. So I got in touch with Minister Howard. I have a son that's a musician, and so all the musicians know all the ministers and everything, and he put me in touch with him, and he agreed to do it. This year, our theme for the Martin Luther King breakfast is African Americans in the Time of War. And we're not just talking about the Civil War, war. We're talking about the war that is among all of us today. And so I've already spoken to the pastor and, you know, talked to him and went over what our theme was. And one thing we try to pride ourselves on for the breakfast is to get here at 9 in the morning and be out by 11. That's fed with the food and also fed with the word.
And the breakfast is always wonderful.
It is excellent.
It's hard to beat the breakfast, and not only that, Carol, it's to me it's like a big family reunion. You know, you see people at that breakfast that a lot of us don't see throughout the year, and of course some of us see each other a lot, but so you have that part of it. You have the breakfast part of it. You have the speaker, that part of it. And to those of you watching us down in Soperton, we got many viewers in Truitland County. Get your tickets. We want to support, and you should want to support this Truitland County pastor. So we encourage you to get tickets. We make it very easy this year. Of course, you can get them at the TV station. If you're coming from Soperton, we're right at the River Bridge next to the Dairy Queen. So just pull in there, and we got all the tickets you want. If we don't have enough, we know the right people to get the tickets to us. So please buy those tickets early so, Carol, we can prepare, because you want to have proper amount of food.
Yes, we do.
So we need to prepare.
We do.
And I found out growing up here, we're not really good at RSVPing and getting tickets.
That is
we want to show up at the last minute and say, why don't I have any food? Well, you didn't tell us.
That is correct. And I also posted it on Facebook and everything, and you can contact the members. And we just want it to be a very, very big event that continues to grow, because what we're showcasing, the talent from our queens and our local community who come out and support us.
Yeah.
And we just want it to be a great morning for a great morning to start the momentous day of Martin Luther King Day.
Absolutely. And the breakfast and the parade and the events I've noticed the last few years represent the dream that Mr. King had all those years ago.
Yes.
Because it is multiracial events.
It is.
As you
It
look
is.
across the breakfast, I look down the street at the parade. Of course, the Soul Food Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's
You know
yes.
we're going to have all races there, because you have food, we all going to get together. ain't we?
And it is something, an event that continues to grow also.
Yes, it-
And not only here in Lawrence County, but we are having people to come in from other counties and everything. And that is our hope for this breakfast.
Yep.
That we have other people to come in and see what we're doing here with our Dublin Lawrence Black History Festival Committee.
Okay, you were co-chair for a few years, and then you stepped up to the big league now.
Yes.
You're chairman. Originally, Carol, what got you involved in not only the breakfast, but the Martin Luther King Festival? Why is that important to you to be involved?
Well, it's important because I want our community to continue to grow. And one thing about we only get a month to actually acknowledge Black history. But what we're doing now is taking it farther. And that's one thing, that was one of the things that I wanted to see, that Black history continues to grow, because
Amen.
because I'm Black every day.
Yeah, that's
and that's one of the things. The other thing is my sister, Brenda Smith, the director of the Dublin Housing Authority, took over the Queen pageant. So, of course,
Yes.
she had me to tag along.
Yeah, she does a wonderful job.
She does.
Brenda
She
does a fabulous job.
She does. And in the interim, it was just from helping her, work with the pageant, because that is her passion. I joined the organization, and then I took an interest in the breakfast. And I just wanted to see it grow. I had a vision, Carrie and I had a vision as to, to make the people come and see what they didn't see. That's one thing that has happened is everyone doesn't get to go to see our Queen pageant. So we showcase our Queen's talent too, and that's been very, very successful.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just wanted it, it was just a desire to have. And now I'm desiring really well.
Yeah, very well. And yeah, we do have Black History just 1 month of the year, but
Yes.
one thing about this, the Black Festival Committee, which takes a lot of people to pull together,
does.
is how we've spread it out throughout the year.
We have.
With Juneteenth, we have
Yes,
fireworks, we have the
yes.
pageant in September. So we've done a good job, because it should not be confined to 1 month.
It should not be.
Because Black history, white history, we all live here together.
We do.
We want to make our community better together. And my problem's your problem, your
That's
problem's
true.
my problem.
That is true.
And that's why we should work together. And so it's good that a couple of years ago, I guess, Fran, Richard, and all of y'all got together and said, hey, let's spread this out.
Yes, and that's what we've been doing.
Yeah,
And we're
absolutely.
continuing it. We are going to continue, to make the events for our community grow.
Let me ask you something. If Dr. King had have lived longer, if he was alive today, do you think we would be further along in race relations than we are?
I think we probably would be. I think we still have a way to go. I think we're working to try to get there. We have, like I say, we have war in America. And it is my desire to continue to stay prayerful that we get to that place where Dr. King wanted us to be.
And you just hit on a key word. Every day of my life, I pray for this country.
Yes.
I don't care who's president. I don't care what party they're in.
That is true.
It's my America. It's your America.
That is
and
correct.
we should want every president to succeed, our mayors, our county commissioners, our councilmen, no matter who's in there, whether we like them or didn't vote for
That's
them
true.
or did vote for them. It has nothing to do with things. Prayer, the power of prayer, and I know both of you and I believe in that.
Yes.
But the power of prayer is awesome.
It is.
We have not because we ask
Yes,
not. And the scripture tells us that. So both of us, Carol and I, we encourage you, not only right now, not only it's a new year and you're going to make a resolution, but pray every day for our community.
Yes.
And I want to share this with y'all at this moment, but over the next month, to go along with Black History, TV 35, we have a deep concern for race relations in our community. And we're going to be doing some roundtables, and we're going to be involving some people in this, and we're going to talk real pointedly about race, because we need to talk about it.
Yes.
We need to talk about it because I was in a meeting this morning and we were talking about poverty. And some people say, we don't have poverty. Well, take another way home.
We do have poverty.
We've got poverty.
We do.
I see homeless people here all the time. When's the last time you stopped and reached out to that homeless person,
That's true.
gave them a blanket,
That's true.
fed them, whatever the deal? But we need to, and there again, Scripture tells us, whatever you do to the least of me, you do to me. So we're going to be held accountable for that.
That is true.
And we need to work together as we work together. We started months ago, the TV station and the Black Festival Committee, working on the next month. And it takes time to put all this together.
It does.
And before we do go, Carol, it takes volunteers.
It does, and we're looking for volunteers
Bingo.
to come and help us
I was
with
trying
our,
to set you up there.
to come and help us with the events that we
Yes.
have. We meet every month, and we are continuously, as our chairman is continuously trying to come up with other ideas and things that we can bring before the community. But of course, we need help from everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can be a part of that. Just don't think that your idea don't mean nothing, because my idea could spark an idea from you, and before you know it, the room gets together and we've come up with this grand idea
That's
for the
true.
community. So we want you to be a part of it. We do need volunteers.
We do need volunteers.
And last thing before we go, Carol, this past year was, to me, very special in our community when we opened up the monument
Yes.
over by First AB Church.
Yes.
It was a wonderful day for me personally to be there and see it as I watched it start out with just the wall, and then it all came together. And I see people as I'm around town all the time stopping, and I notice tags, and it's a great tourism thing.
It
But more
is.
than that, it's a monument where a 15-year-old boy, who knew? Only God knew
That's
what
right.
this boy was going to grow up and be a man and do what he did. But to come to little old Dublin, Georgia,
I'm telling you.
and win that oratory contest, that's amazing to me.
It is.
This great leader of all people. But wasn't that a great moment?
It was, and that just proves we have history here.
Yes.
In Dublin, Lawrence County,
Amen.
Georgia.
Amen. Okay, the breakfast is coming up.
It's January the 15th at 2018
Yeah.
at 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. It is something that we continue to hope grow, and we want to see everyone that can come. The tickets now are $12, and at the door they're $15.
Okay, and I'll guarantee you, if you come this year, you won't miss another year because it really is something special. And we want to invite everybody. And Carol, thank you so much for the work you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I know it's a lot of hard work.
It is, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Come be a part of this Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast right here at Dublin Middle School.